So what do you think of this year's guests?
I'm excited for the guests to come. I can't wait to see everybody, and I just hope they have an incredible time.
Did you invite all the booths?
They came by themselves, but I went by and spoke with everybody, and I'm really excited for people to shop around because there's some great vendors over here. So yeah, I'm excited to get this party started.
Hi, this is Shadia from Shadia Styles, and I'm here at the event today showcasing my business that offers a lot of trendy accessories, clothing, a lot of vacation wear, a lot of streetwear, and just a little bit of everything when it comes to fashion. I do have also custom made. I do custom made outfits and pretty much anything that has to do with fashion. Look me up. My name is Shadia and my website is shadiastyles.com. And remember, sexy is always in style.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm the owner of Naturally Unmarked. Naturally Unmarked is a vegan, organic body care line. So I hand make and handcraft every product. It starts with the recipe and then it goes from there. I've been in business for 3 years and I love it. We have so many customers on Instagram and TikTok, and it's just been a crazy whirlwind of fun. And I also have my daughter here with me, Zoe Lee.
Hi, I am Marie Angelique Castillo, and I am the proud owner of Outjeweled. We are a permanent jewelry company in Houston, Texas, actually the premier permanent jewelry company in Houston, Texas, and we want to give you the Outjeweled experience. We customize 14 karat gold filled and sterling silver and bring you the hottest, greatest pieces to die for, and we cannot wait to meet you.
Hi, I'm Courtney with Her Down There. We are a women's health care clinic. We specialize in hormone imbalances, weight loss, and health care for her. Please come and see us.
I'm Kalisha Bell. My business is Passati Soul. Passati Soul is an organic skincare line that focuses on aromatherapy. So we focus on self-love and self-care. All of the scents are aromatherapy, so they help you relax and rejuvenate while you're taking a shower or taking a bath or just wanting to put body butter on right before you go to bed. So give us a like or follow. Passati Soul.
Reporting live from Women in Suits.
Hi there, everyone. I'm glad to be in the house. Can't wait to see what's in store for us today.
Women in Suits 2024.
Hi guys, I'm Sierra Jarday, the CEO of The Princess Beauty. I'm a licensed esthetician specializing in facials, lashes, and brows, which aims to serve clients in the depths of self-love for beauty maintenance. Hope to see you guys soon. Shop with us at The Princess Beauty CO.
owner and creator of Dare Me Beauty Lip Glitz headquarters. And this is my assistant today. Her name is Zaraya White. Zaraya, say hi.
Hello.
And we're here at the Women in Suits extravaganza. I know it's not extravaganza, but it's so extravagant. And we're here to present our products, which is called Dare Me Beauty Lip Glitz. These are our different lip glitz colors, and what lip glitz is a cross between lipstick and lip gloss. So it's not as thick as lipstick, and it's not as thin as lip gloss. Therefore, I call it lip glitz. And what makes it glitz is the sparkly, the glitz effect. So we're here to just present some of our products. We have a lip care kit, and we also have a lip care kit specifically designed for smokers. And it's infused with a lot of vitamins and oils to help rejuvenate the skin tone of the smoker's lips. So whenever you get a chance, stop by our website, www.daremebeauty.com, and see what we have in store for you. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Courtney with Her Down There. Our women's healthcare clinic, we specialize in hormones, weight loss, and general care for young women. We specialize with women of color. So if you need a provider, please come and see us.
Sorry.
You're good.
Oh shit, what was it saying? What was it?
You're good. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm a boss woman. Of course I think about others before I think about myself. Good.
Let me see it.
Damn, it's not.
This is not right.
I hope y'all bought some good stuff from the vendors in the back. I hope the food is delicious because it looks so good. And I hope y'all got y'all drinks so y'all get a little loose and mingle around with other people. We're going to get started with everything shortly, but I just want to introduce myself. I'm a Houston-based influencer and content creator. I am a girl, so on my page you'll find women empowerment, self-care, beauty, lifestyle, those kind of things. So that is why I'm your host for the evening, because I believe that this Women in Suits event is all about uplifting women, making women feel amazing, and letting them know that we are strong, we are beautiful, we are amazing, we are powerful, and just celebrating that, giving women their flowers while we are here. So that is a little bit about me, and I hope you all enjoyed the event. I'll be back shortly to talk with you, so just continue to mingle, eat, and I'll be back.
Fashion, if y'all don't know, he is. Unfortunately, he didn't dress me tonight, but he's really great at what he does. And he has picked beautiful ladies that all look good, fashionable, stylish, profiling, and we're gonna do a walk-off. And whoever does the best walk-off, gotta strut when I can. have one business over there, I'm not gonna tell her what I'm doing here, I'm not gonna tell her what I'm doing there. We can do so many things together, so why not support one another? So Women in Suits is not just a woman that can get in suits, I mean, we do look good, but it's also about networking and once again bringing women together. So before I introduce my lovely honorees and hosts, I do want to introduce my House of Browns team because they have been working extremely hard, just not tonight, but all year, and we started working on Women in Suits in 2023. So we've been working for a long time before this happened. So I want to bring out my honorees. I want to bring out my House of Brown team real quick. So if we can give them like a round of applause, please. Thank you all so much. I know I play all day, y'all work, and I was like, damn, yes, stop playing so you get to work, but I really want to say thank you all so much. So thank you guys once again. And we do have a couple of gifts for our vendors. We want to say thank you all so much for actually coming out, and happy Women's Month. So if my House of Brown lovely team can go ahead and give our vendors their gifts, we can move forward. We do have our beautiful Jessica Hatch. Our lovely host, Miss Cody. Beautiful honoree, Miss Hasna. And lovely honoree, Miss Tiara Ray. Okay, so I'm going to introduce them and then I'm going to let them talk about themselves. Okay, so I'm going to start with Miss Sydney first. Now, Miss Sydney, I've been knowing her, how old are you? 15 years old. How old are you now? That's a long time, y'all. But I had a modeling agency back in the day. She was one of my models. And Sydney, I've already told you before, like, me giving you this is because of your growth. Like, from 15 to almost 30, girl, you have done so many things, and I'm gonna let you tell your story, I'm not gonna do it, but I'm just so thankful that you're here. I'm thankful for the woman that you are becoming. I'm thankful for even just, once again, I'm very thankful, and I can't wait for you to tell your story so everybody else can know who you are and what you do. So before we do that, let's go ahead and give you your award, get our pictures, and then I'm gonna let you do what you do. I know, right? I'm not trying to. That's why I'm trying to keep it cute. I'm a native of Houston, Texas. I am 28 years old, about to be 29. I have my own law firm. It's called Sexton Law Firm, PLLC. We're a general practice law firm here in the state of Texas. I service Houston, surrounding counties, and several other cities. A little bit about me. Like I said, I'm from Houston. And just kind of giving, I guess, in the spirit of Women's History Month and the trajectory that all women of us walk in our lives. I went through a lot of trauma in my childhood, a lot of things that I experienced, not just physical abuse, sexual abuse. I struggled with suicidal ideation in my mental health. I'm a huge mental health advocate. And I started having suicidal ideation when I was about 4 or 5 years old, is the oldest that I can remember. And so I had an extremely tough time growing up. My parents are here. And they can tell you, my mom always makes a joke, from pre-K all the way up to my senior year, she was getting calls from school about me arguing with my teachers, fighting with people, just always
into it with somebody because I was so angry at that time. And a lot of times in this world and in our lives, people look at us as having to find solutions, having to be the source, having to figure it out. And not a lot of people ask you, how are you doing? Or if they ask you, how are you doing, they're not genuinely asking you, how are you doing and how can I help you and how can I be there for you? How can I assist you? What resources do you need? We're in an age now where we're growing more in understanding mental health and growing in being healthy for ourselves. But as we know, and especially for a lot of our parents and former generations, that was not a thing. And so growing up, I had really no idea of how to scale that path. And so that's why she's known me from back then to now. I was just a wild girl, didn't really care much about life or myself. But as I got older, going to college, I began developing a faith in God. And that was really what shifted my lifespan because it gave me a purpose. And I began to see, wow, I do matter. And that a lot of the times we have these wounds and these stories and these scars and these traumas that life and situations will make you want to feel ashamed about. Or make you feel like you're the only one that it happened to. Or that if I talk about it to someone, that someone's going to judge me. But I can guarantee that every time I've shared any part of my story, I've opened up my wound and I've shared vulnerable places of myself, I've received so many women and men that come to me and like, I struggle with that. I was abused that way. I dealt with depression. I'm struggling with suicide right now. I was planning on killing myself this morning. It's just, we are so used to going, that we don't even take into account that the person next to us could be on their very last straw. Just because we put on a good face, and I'm a good face girl. I could throw on a suit, go in the courtroom, go clear, go to happy hour, and then go home and just crumble. And I've tried to make it my duty, not just for myself, but every person that I come in contact with, to not only love them authentically, but want to push them to love themselves authentically. To be able to create boundaries and say, hey, I love you, but today I don't have the capacity to pour myself into you because I need to be poured in right now. I need to go get on my knees in prayer. I need to go seek to God, the Lord's face. I need to go find something to nourish myself. And I know this is like, which people talking about yourself, but this is a part of me. But yeah, so I have been so diligent in wanting to instill that not in myself, but in every woman that has been connected to me. And so through my faith journey, God has really strategically outlined everything. I originally started my educational journey to be a chef. I'm an attorney now. How did it happen? I don't know. I was going to be a chef, then I was going to be a fashion designer, then I was going to be a model, and then I was going to be a news anchor, and then I fell into law school, and it worked. And it was like everything that in my childhood that my teachers told me was a problem, the fact that I'm argumentative, the fact that I ask questions, the fact that I want you to make things clear and I want you to respect me like I respect you. Everything that got me in trouble growing up, it was like, this actually makes my job easier. I'm winning competitions, I'm going in the courtroom, and I'm like, wow, this is like a piece of cake. And God really nudged me and was like, well, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen a picture, it's like a tree, and you have a monkey, a fish, a dog, a cat, and a rabbit. If you tell all of them to climb the tree, only 2 of them are gonna do it good, because it's not their gift. And it's like, just because you're not excelling in this structured classroom doesn't take away from who you are and what God has placed inside of you. So, is it my wrap-up time? Okay. Y'all gotta just tell me that. I don't know, like maybe he just start the music up. But I'll wrap it up now. But thank you for that. But throughout this journey, God has really put me into a place where I am now with a thriving law firm. I gave birth to my daughter my last year of law school. She's 2 years old now. And just watching him faithfully move in through every obstacle. And I just want to leave this with you all that life will always be hard. There will always be ups and downs. There will always be snares, as the scripture says, that will come and try to trip you up in your feet. But the most important part is that you get up every day and you keep going, because your story matters and you matter.
Okay, so next is is the beautiful Jessica Hatch. Now, I've only known her for a good little year, but she is a very inspiring woman. I actually heard you at a event that Chavez was actually doing makeup at. It was a photo event with Jenny. And I heard you speaking there, and I was like, dang, she doing it. She doing it. Like, you was just talking about everything that you did, your TV show, just everything. And I was like, I love women like that. I love women who motivate me, women who are positive, passionate, and that is something that when I look at your Instagram, like I said, when I hear you speak and talk, I love that energy. So I do want you to tell them, you know, what you do and the beautiful thing you did for a child last year. I want you to talk about that. So, yeah, come on, Miss Jessica Hatch.
I guess I get my award later. I guess I have to do a good speech to win. Thank you so much, first of all, for having me, Ms. Yassi, in the house. Okay, you want to do this first? Okay. Yes, thank you so much again, the House of Brown. You do amazing things, and I'm so glad we were connected through a combination of Chavez and Jenny. And thank you all for having me today. And of course, thank God for the opportunity to speak in front of all of you lovely ladies and some gentlemen as well. So just a little bit about myself for those that don't know me. Two things I do. I do a nonprofit and for-profit. I love making money, so that was what started my life. But I also have a foundation called Hatching for Health Foundation, which is tied to a talk show called Hatching for Health. And that show is about bringing on families with children that have been born with different health conditions, whether it's a disease, disorder, or disability. We have an array of families come on, tell their story, and we hope to inspire others, but mostly to create awareness for those children with hopes of finding cures, right? The more rare diseases, the less research is being done about it, and those cures are harder to come by. So creating that awareness helps. We also bring on organizations that are already helping children, whether it be something rare or something as common as pediatric cancer. So that's what that show's about, and it is a foundation. So thankfully, when we have families that are looking for, whether it's financial resources or just medical resources, we're able to do that and let it be a tax deductible for them. We try and host an event every year to highlight either a family or an organization and specifically raise money for them. And I think what she was mentioning is this last year, I'll tell a great story about that. We had a child that basically had a heart condition at 2 weeks old, and I got a phone call from somebody that connected me with the mother. And that child had a heart condition that basically put them on a heart transplant list. And it was 2 weeks old at one hospital system I won't name. And I had got in contact with another surgeon at another hospital system. And he said, I cannot reach out to the family, but you're welcome to give them my contact and I will be the second opinion. And so they did in fact get connected. The child got transferred to that hospital and did in fact have an open heart surgery and was cured and was released from the hospital about a month ago. So it's like things like that show is able to make possible, because no one would have come to me, Jessica Hatch, and said, hey, can you help me find a source to basically save my baby? But I get connections through that show to those type of resources. So they're like pediatric thoracic cardiac surgeons, like all the things that like do surgery on a baby's heart. So it's amazing. So that is that, and I absolutely love it, very passionate about it, and I encourage anybody with a child or a family or somebody that you know who wants to kind of have the opportunity to tell their story, maybe, like I said, to inspire someone or maybe to actually get the resources they're looking for, please do reach out. And then I own medical facilities, and that's kind of how I've been able to make Hatching for Health possible. I own MRI facilities and pain clinics, chiropractic offices, and so we're able to take a patient really through the beginning of their healthcare needs all the way through. We even have spine and orthopedic surgeons that work in our clinics. So that allows me to, basically provide the resources to a lot of the personal injury community, but also private insurance, cash patients, and Department of Labor. But I know all of you here tonight are not necessarily here to, you want to hear about us, but you're also here for a reason. And, what are you here for tonight?
Just to listen to your stories and be inspired.
Okay, and what about you? Lovely. So we're all here for a purpose, right? We came out tonight, and it's for a purpose, either to gain some new relationships, to listen and maybe be encouraged or inspired, and that's what we have to remember every day when we get up and get started in our day. It's like we have to have a purpose, and there's a book I'm reading inspired by my friend Carrie here, actually, and it's called The One Thing, and it's so important to focus on the one thing at a time. And if you look at things like our 5-year goals, if you kind of back that in, go 5 year, 1 year, 1 month to 1 day, to what am I doing right now towards that 5-year plan, you can actually back in and make those things a reality versus just putting them out there in the space. So I think it's important each and every day to focus on that one thing. And another thing I'll leave you with is, and this is just something that I'm passionate about, there's the book, The 5 Love Languages. And when you hear it, you think love, but it's actually about life, and there's the top 3 things it'll give you when you take their quiz, and one of mine is gift giving. And everything I do is ultimately to be able to give and provide to others. Like, that's kind of my ultimate purpose. Like, I'm not super passionate about the fact that I have a talk show or that I own a bunch of medical facilities, but it's more about the fact that what that gives me, which is the ability to give to others, whether it's of my time or monetary funds. So I think just figuring out your purpose and really striving to that, doing one thing at a time, will get you to where you want to be. So thank you so much.
All right, so this next beautiful lady, her name is Miss Hasna. I met her in 2019. She is a photographer, but she is a photographer for everyone here in Houston when it comes to the fashion industry. I met her in 2019 when I brought Fashion House back, and she had a beautiful yellow outfit. She was on my right in front of me, and I was walking out doing my thing, and I was like, ooh, it looks good. But this woman, she is not just a photographer. She is a friend. She is a motivator. She is positive. She is a ray of sunshine. Like, she really, really is, guys. I'm gonna let her tell her story. I don't like talking about people when they're right here and they can tell their own story, but then I feel like I'm talking for them. But, Hassan, you're my girl, girl. You're so good. And I love you. You're so amazing. Give me your flowers.
Especially for me, because you do everything for everybody. You're not just a fashion model or coach or anything. You do more than that. You are part of my inspiration, actually. I saw you on the runway. I took a video of you, and I was like, I want to work with her. And the rest is history. Yo, my name is Hasna Latas. I was born and raised in Dubai. I'm a mixed culture girl. I'm Arab, African, and Persian. I started my journey of photography about 5 years ago. I was in finance and banking. I excelled in that. I loved it. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my passion, really. I did it for the money, for whatever it is. I have 2 beautiful kids. I have to pay my bills. But I remembered one day that you have to do what you love. You gotta wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror, and be your own inspiration. People ask me, who inspires you? I used to say my kids, they inspire me, but no, it's me. Because every time I fell down, God picked me up and said, we're not done. We're doing it again. I fell down, said, no, we're not done. We're doing it again. So I'm my biggest inspiration, and I love waking up, looking at myself and saying, yes, you're the boss. And if you don't get it, no one else will get it for you. And for a second, I said, you know what? I would love to go back and change some things and do some things that better. But then I would erase my personality and my character, you know. So I started this journey 5 years ago. I've shot maybe about 30, 35 fashion shows in Houston. Everybody knows me, but it's not about photography, it's about everybody else. It's what you guys give me, that satisfaction that I'm doing something grand for myself, for everybody. I'm everyone's sister, I'm everyone's friend. You can pick up the phone and call me and say, hey, I have a problem. I say, we solving it. I don't want to know what's the problem. We're going to find a solution. And I am so inspired being here with Sydney. I met you 4 years ago, and I know your journey, and just seeing where you've been and where you're at right now, you inspire me a lot. And just being around everybody, guys. I have my group of people that I met Shalana about 2 months ago. She's right there. Today was such a beautiful moment because when I saw her walk again, and she said, I came here for you. She brought flowers, and that means I'm doing something right. I must be doing something right. So thank you so much, Yasmin. I'm really enjoying what I'm doing, and I can't wait to see what else I can do because my next goal is to have my own creative wonderland. And it's not only going to be photography, it's a lot. Yasmin, you know what we're about to do soon. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for making time to actually come over here and listen to our stories. They might be inspiring, they might be grand, but just making an effort to come and stand in front of us and looking at us, and I hope we inspire you guys. So thank you so much for being here.
Okay, so Tiara, she had a studio. I can't remember where it's at. I know it's on the south side of town, if I'm not mistaken, or downtown, somewhere there. I don't really remember, but I remember going to her studio with one of my friends. She was like, yeah, come with me to this event. This girl, she just came from Atlanta. She had a studio here, and so forth and so forth. So I came with my friend, and it was Tiara's first studio. It was her event. She was more so talking about positivity, bringing women together. She just got out here, she's doing her thing. This is her second place that she had one in Atlanta. I think that was her second one that she had just got. It was the one with the green grass, it was pink. Yes, that's the one I went to that event. And she was just so positive. I was like, man, I want to do an event there one day. But it was just so many things going on. Long story short, I just didn't get it to happen. But I then saw her back on my Instagram page, and I was like, oh, I remember her. And you're doing like all these big things, bringing these women together, networking, just little meetups and things of that. So I'm like, hey, I want to do that, but my area was just fashion at that time. I was like, hey, I want to do what she's doing because I'm not just about fashion, I'm about bringing women together too. So honestly, you inspired me to actually put together a Women in Suits event. Because I didn't see a lot of women here in Houston doing that. And you came from Atlanta to Houston to bring women together. And that motivated me because I'm like, I want to do that. And I'm like, I'm just my little bubble, I'm just in fashion, but I'm like, no, I'm not. So I want to say thank you for coming here, bringing women together, just bringing up like another ray, sunshine, light, however that metaphor is called, I don't remember, but thank you for doing that because, like I said, it's big, it was very inspirational, and then even when you came to my Women in Suits event last year, and I saw you going up and I was speaking to somebody, and he was like, if you need to do an event in my place, I got you, girl, and I was like, oh, I was talking to Reese, I remember now, and I was like, dang, I like that girl, but I wanted to tell
tell you that? Because I don't think you knew me at that time. We didn't like really converse. It was just you hosting your event. But anyway, long story short, yes, 2020, girl. That motivation. I was like, all right, I'm ready for my next Women in Suits. I'm gonna get that together. It took me a whole year to like really plan it, but thank you. So let's go ahead and see my little flag on it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you a story. I ain't gonna do it. I'm about to brag it on.
Again, I'm Sierra Ray Johnson. I'm the co-founder of Girl Boss Sweets. It's a chic collaborative global online community for women in business. And also, I'm the CEO of TLJ Agency. We have an innovative branding firm for thought leaders and game changers. We help 6+ to 7+ figure earners build their brand and monetize who they are. And yesterday, I celebrated my 12 years in business. Yes, I'm excited. And I just want to share with y'all one thing because I was talking to this lady the other day. And she was like, Sierra, how do you stay consistent? She was like, you know, I have events and one person comes and I'm discouraged because of the money and the finances. And I was telling her, like, when I first got to Houston, even back in 2015, when I started my women's movement in Atlanta, one person would come, 2 people would come, but it didn't matter because God said if that's for you, whoever's in the room at that time, those people are gonna show up. So I want to encourage you guys today that if one person comes, if 2 person comes, it's okay because the next year will be 50 people, 100 people. Now we can't have an event in Houston and 50+, 100+ women don't show up. We're about to do City Hall on March 22nd. I would love for all of y'all to come. And another thing I told her too was be consistent because when Noah was building the ark, everybody laughed at him. They were saying, you know what, why are you doing that? There's no rain going on, you look crazy, you don't even have the materials, what do you have going on? And he built that ark and he saved people for generations to come, his family from generations to come. So whatever dream or purpose or idea that you have in your heart and your mind, I want you to go after it. People might laugh, people might think that you're crazy, but that could be the next multi-million-dollar idea. It could be the next thing to take over a city. So I want you guys today to be encouraged and walk out the door and be like, you know what, I got this. Anything I put my mind to that I can do. And also, we just dropped a 30-day devotional, Her Business, Her Purpose, on our website, www.girlbosssweets.com, in honor of Women's History Month. So if you're looking for some daily devotion, download that digital journal to keep on your journey. But I encourage you guys to collaborate and not compete, to go after your dreams and just trust God in the process.
Our beautiful, lovely host, Miss Cody. She got this part. I'm gonna sit down. Go on, Cody.
All right, ladies. So I have some questions for you. I'm gonna start with a few questions, and then I'm gonna open it up to the audience in case y'all have any questions that you would like to ask the ladies. So, Sid, I'm gonna start with you, my girl. So, how do you prioritize self-care and maintain balance in your personal and professional life?
Okay. How do I prioritize? Ooh, Lord, that is a daily journey of me laying it down for the Lord. But no, literally, I've been trying to work on my time management. I was in church a couple weeks ago and someone was preaching and was saying that procrastination is a slap in the face of God. You're telling him that you have more time than he told you that you have. And so it's like, it's not you need more hours in a day, it's you need better time management of how you manage those hours in a day. So one thing that I've been trying to do, like I said, I have a 2-year-old, and so her time at daycare is my time to knock everything out. Because when she gets home, it's Elizabeth's world. It's nothing else to do with me. So generally, I try to get up early in the morning and have my devotional time. I try to pray. I just try to set my intentions. It's always so important to set your intentions in the morning or whenever you can. Set your intentions of what your day is going to be like. Plan it out at the beginning of the week if you can. Just creating order, I think, is the most efficient part, because like if you can see it written down, then it'll be able for you to execute it in an easier way. So I love that. Organization is key, for real. All right, Miss Jessica, how are you? You look so beautiful, first of all. I just love your look. I know. Okay, my question for you is, how can women band together to create lasting change and empowerment in society?
Okay, so how can women band together to create lasting change in society?
And empowerment.
Okay, well I think we're doing that tonight right here. I think we're definitely bringing women together, I should say. Yeah, I think that in my business, I personally actually employ, well, we have 23 women, and I finally employ 2 men. But I definitely empower each and every one of those women. I have, one of them out here. She's been with me for about 3 years now. It's Christine Trapp, and yeah, so she's manager of all of our locations, and I hope that I empower you to do what you do for our team. And 2 seats over is Miss Brooklyn, who has been a part of my life for quite some time. Okay, yeah, exactly. And she personally, I feel like the women I guess God puts in front of me, it's like, you're somebody I need you to help empower. Like, doing this is obviously much bigger than getting a bunch of women in the same room. But I personally, as an owner of multiple facilities, I do have 23 women that work for me, and they depend on me to take money home to take care of themselves or their family. And so I think it's my job every day to obviously influence them in the best way possible. Events with the Hatching for Health Foundation that I have is another way that you can basically get women and men together and allow for them to basically come together for a bigger purpose. And I did a gala last year at the Corinthian, and that event was the first time where I actually saw so many amazing women come out and support. At the time, we were trying to raise money for a child to have heart surgery. And I think putting yourself out there to put together events or becoming, your own boss where you can employ people is obviously 2 of the best opportunities. But if you're not in those roles yet, I think it's important God puts people in front of you for a reason. So make the most of that opportunity to help them, encourage them, and I'm sure it's going to come, back to you from that individual or someone else.
Beautiful. So essentially what she said is men move over, we employing the women. All right, Ms. Hasna. How do you navigate societal expectations and stereotypes as a woman?
To be honest, that's a very good question. Because I really don't bother about any of that. I am Hasna. So I wake up in the morning and I love who I am. Automatically, I love everybody else. So when I meet, I'm in Houston, I'm from Dubai. When I moved over here, I didn't know anybody. When I started my photography journey, I didn't know anybody. But one thing I never wanted to do is to fit in. I wanted to inspire, and I wanted them to inspire me. So when I see my friends are from whatever race or ethnicity or culture, that makes me so happy. And that's why I'm able to be a chameleon and talk to everybody, because I put God first. So when I talk to God, God says, yeah, this is where it's supposed to be. And this is any place I go, anybody I talk to, it's God's will for me to do that. It's never me. So I don't have any type of ideas about where you're from, what you do, how much money you have. I don't care about that. I care your connection with me and the Almighty. That's all I care about. So, thank you.
Yeah. That was so good. Put God first, please. Everybody, put God first. All right, my last question is for you, Ms. Sierra. How do you navigate self-doubt and imposter syndrome in your professional and personal life? I struggle with that too, so I knew that. I need to answer. I think I answered this imposter syndrome question a couple of weeks ago, because I really just found out what that was. I was trying to build a space in another city, and the lady was like, oh, I suffer from imposter syndrome. And I was like, oh, break that down for me, because I hadn't really understood like what that was, but it's basically feeling like you're not who you say you are, right? Okay. I just always been so confident in the fact that what's for me is for me.
It's like, if I have the idea, it's for me to do it. So like, I'll be like, okay, I got the idea, let me go get the logo, let me go get the website, who I gotta call, and I make it happen. I think that oftentimes, if it's not for you, it wouldn't come to you. So a way to overcome self-doubt is that if it's before you, if it's in your mind, if it's in your heart, if it's in your soul, that means it's for you because it's coming to you. That means that you need to do it. So to overcome self-doubt, of course we all up here talking about God, you have to pray and put that forward, but just be consistent. I was listening to a panel today, he said the two things is discipline and consistency. A lot of times self-doubt comes because we say, oh, I can't do this, but why can't you? You know, like you have everything in you, especially if you can wake up in the morning, you can talk, you can get out of bed, because a lot of people can't even get up in the morning. But some people don't even see today. So my thing is, if I can wake up and do it, then I shouldn't doubt myself because I'm here, I've arrived, and so I'm gonna walk into my purpose. So if you're struggling with imposter syndrome or self-doubt, just remember that if it's in you, if it's for you, if you thought about it, then that means it's for the world to see it, and you wanna make it happen, because whatever you don't do, somebody else will. I know everybody here probably had an idea and saw somebody else do it, or you sit in this chair in this event and you wanna bring women together, but you didn't do it because you didn't think that you could, but why couldn't you? So if you ever doubt yourself, just remember, like, this is my idea, it came to me. Also be authentic. You know what I'm saying? Be humble, be original, you know, just be yourself, and everything that you think that you can't do will be possible. It's also scripture, Luke 1:37, for nothing is impossible with God. So when I wake up in the morning, because I had a rough week, like yesterday, my client was going off on me. And the old me was like, girl, I started laughing on the phone. I had to put the phone on you, like, God, give me the words, because I'm about to lose this contract. And then I got back on the phone, I was like, let me calm down, and it ended up being a better conversation, right? So sometimes you just have to remember whose you are, what you called to do. The idea is for you to make it happen. So even like this week, I was like, I got some big dreams. Like I'm really trying to open up this restaurant in the next 5 years. I'm looking at the cost of it, but I'm like, God, you got it. What's $100,000 for God? What's $1 million? Like, you know, just a change. Like, so you never doubt it. Worried about, it's gonna happen, because that's nothing to God. Like whatever we work, it's gonna happen. So it's hard because we're human, and you know, we look at our bank account, we look at our resources, we looking at our friends, we looking at people around us. But you have to look from the spiritual side, and that when you realize, like, you know, it's everything in me. Like I'm made for this, I'm built for this. No matter what comes my way, it's my idea, it's my purpose. You're gonna walk into it. So just hold your head up high and just keep the faith.
But also make sure you're doing the work. Like you have to do the work. It's so good for it's so easy for us to say, well, God got it, God help us, God will do this, God will do this. But at the same time, we have to do the work as well. Somebody can tell you you're gonna be a millionaire, you're gonna just sit there and be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be lazy. If I'm gonna be a millionaire, they already told me that. No, you have to do that work, have your faith, and keep pushing because it's going to happen. Faith, work, do them both. They work together. That's right.
Before I open up to questions, I just want to say all of y'all's confidence is truly inspiring.
Yes.
Y'all have inspired me with your answers tonight. So just keep going, keep pushing, keep God first, and I can't wait to see what all of y'all do next, truly. But let's get down to 2 cents. Okay. Any questions for these beautiful ladies? I'll bring the mic out to you. Don't be shy, don't be shy. Don't be shy, don't be shy, like she said. All right, you have to tell us your name, too.
Hello, my name is Jasmine Robinson. I'm the executive director and founder of a nonprofit called Collegiate Mom Coalition. I give scholarships to moms who are pursuing their education, and also help moms who want to continue their education or get their degree. And so that's how I'm answering. But when I heard you guys talking, yes, you made a very, I don't know, just penetrated my heart when you said, you know, you have to be prepared. And something that I always think of is success is when preparation meets opportunity. So many times opportunities have come to me, and the only way I was able to connect with it was because I was prepared, I was ready. And because there were times I was not ready. And I'm like, dang, that would have been a great connection had I been ready. And so I kind of want to ask you that. So when you stepped out on faith and you started your business, did you have mentorship? Like, how did you go about that? Because it's one thing to have an idea, but it's another thing to execute it.
That's why I created Girl Boss Weeks. Because when I first started, I was like, I'm the first entrepreneur in my family. And I'm like, my parents like, go get a job, but my parents are first generation college students. Like, they're first generation masters, first generation doctorates. So I had big shoes to fill, but school is not really for me. Like, I just always been a grinder, you know. So like, when I first started my business, I was like, well, what do I do? You know, like, I had to Google a lot of stuff, and I would talk to people, and they would tell me a little bit, but they wouldn't tell me a lot. And so I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how am I supposed to figure this out? So I had to Google a lot and grind. So back in 12 years ago, back in 2012, when I started my business, I was a sophomore in college. I was going into my junior year, and I took I had a fashion show, and it was sold out, but it shut it down. But I put my whole blood, sweat, and tears into that fashion show. And so what happened was, I was like, if I work this hard for anybody, I should work this hard for myself. So I took my income tax checks. My friends wanted to launch a brand. I was like, all right, I'm gonna launch a brand for y'all. And so I seen a lady doing vitamin water. I was like, well, how do I connect with you? She was like, I need a press release. So I Googled a press release. And the next thing I know, I need a location. So I hit up my homeboy, like, hey, I need a location. It was one of the hottest boutiques in Atlanta. And he was like, okay, pay me $75. I was like, that's kind of high. It seemed low, but for a college student, $75 on a menu, you like, oh no, like, I'm barely eating. You know, so I asked a lot of questions. People just like, oh, well, you know, wasn't really trying to help you, but I just Googled a lot. And then I seen somebody, I was like, well, what do I gotta do? And then I just did it. So I didn't really have a blueprint for like business or what to do, because even though like Atlanta is like the home of like Black entrepreneurship and Black excellence, a lot of people wasn't really trying to help everybody, especially when it came to like women. Like, women's movement wasn't even out back then for real. And so I just had to like trust the process. And so that's why I created my community, because I was like, I ain't gonna be no gatekeeper. What's for me is for me. You can't take my clients, I can't take your clients. It's billions of people in the world. And so I just kept going. So honestly, like, when people come to me like, hey, can you mentor me? I'm like, well, how much work have you done? Because I know how much work I did with nobody helping me. And so if it's something that I truly can't figure out, then I'm gonna ask somebody. But I literally like the internet and going to networking events and meeting people. Like, I made myself some business cards, and I'm like 20. Went on Eventbrite, started going to events, meeting people, and that's kind of how I got a name for myself, like in my city. And then I just went and talked to people, but a lot of people would be scared to go by themselves. Like, what if somebody said something about me? But I was like, I got a mission. I don't want to work for nobody. You know? Like, I was on a whole mission, so you really just gotta you just gotta go after it. I know it sounds so like cliche, but it's the truth, because a lot of people be like, I don't want to help you. Like, if I help her, she gonna surpass me. No, I want the next person to surpass me, because when they get to the next level, they gonna remember me. Right. And they gonna be like, oh, her company, this company, like how Yasmin said, I didn't even know this is why she started her event. But I'm proud, because I'm looking around like, oh yeah, we got another movement. We're gonna get bigger and better. Like, it excites me. So I didn't have a mentor at first. I had one, and then she was like tripping. Like, you know, she was like, oh, I can't really help you. I see how fast you're moving. So it was disheartening, and you're gonna get a lot of heartbreaks. You're gonna think people cool with you, and they're not gonna be cool with you. It's gonna be discouraging. Like, business is hard. Like, even when you make your first 6 figures, you be like, oh, this is a lot of money. Then you be like, oh, this is not a lot of money. Like, I gotta keep going. So like, I can't say like, oh, business gets easier. It doesn't get easier, but you get wiser, and you get smarter, and you start learning more. Then you meet somebody like, girl, let me put you on. Or girl, come here. You just gotta be willing to be obedient, take the first step, trust the process. When you're tired and get off work and be like, I don't feel like going no more, you still gotta go. When you feel like, I don't wanna write this, and I don't wanna pull an all-nighter, but it's like, no, if you take care of business, business will take care of you. So I didn't necessarily have a lot of people helping me, but I created what I was missing, and that's how I started my women's empowerment movement, which is Girl Boss Weeks.
Peace, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. I'm gonna just get straight to the heart of my question. I read somewhere that said you might just be one decision away from your breakthrough, right? One adjustment away from the thing that's gonna change your life. And I feel like there's many people in this room who are like right there, about to step through to that breakthrough. I'm proclaiming that. But my question is, when you're a multifaceted person or a multi-hyphenate person with so many passions and so many opportunities offered to you, how do you prioritize? Because we have limited time and resources, right? And if it's that one adjustment or that one decision or change in your focus or routine, how do you prioritize what should be at the top of your list that is the most beneficial to your calling and not necessarily everyone else pulling you in all directions? Who is the question for? Anyone who's anyone.
I'll start and I'll go ahead. So what I would say for that, oh, you gonna say? I didn't know. Okay, so I mean, for me, I have to do what I need to do for myself. I can't, like, if I have a lot of options and they do sound good, they might sound really, really good, I personally can't put myself out for everything or for everybody because I feel like I'm gonna lose myself because I'm trying to please to everyone. So for me and my answer, it would really be find what you're going to be focused and passionate about and on. Because it does sound good to have so many options. Like, it sounds good to say, I can do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. But then when you do that, like you said, you're giving just 20% out to those 5 things that are offered. It's kind of like, how can you focus on something that's supposed to be for you? And honestly, that's how it was for me last year. Last year, I wanted to do so many things, and with me trying to do so many things, the main things that were important to me and what I was passionate about, I lacked because I was trying to do everything else. And although I like to do them, although it sounded good, what I love to do the most, I really lacked on that, and it kind of stressed me out big time last year for like a good 2 months. I was really, really stressed out because I was disappointed in myself that I wanted to do a lot because it sounds so good, but for me personally, my mindset wasn't there. I was everywhere in the world and I wasn't where I needed or should have been. So what I would say for you is if you're very passionate about whichever one it is, make sure your focus stays on that so that you don't get so lost with trying to do everything that might not even be suitable for you. I'm going to pass it to whoever want to chime in.
And yes, you may have a portion that goes into these different areas, but there's one part, one place, one avenue that you know that this is where I'm supposed to be rooted in. And it doesn't mean that you still can't be, contracted or consulted or sourced out and paid to be able to help in other areas that you may be interested in. But it's going to be your duty and in your journey to ask God to show you, hey, where am I rooting myself right now? You root yourself there, you put all your gifts and talents, finances, prayers, tears, fasting, all of that into that. You sow that ground, and you work and you till that ground. And then when God begins to sprout that up, you'll get other connections. Like she was saying, Tiara was saying, people will call her and reach out about doing this in other cities, other places. People will find you because of the light and the anointing and the gifting and the position that God will place you in. But you just need to make sure that you're there. Like she said, you're prepared so that when preparation comes, opportunities there, you're prepared and you are suited and saturated to be able to walk into that.
That's good. Yeah, so I want to just go back to what Cindy said too, because like I said, I started back in 2009, like right out of high school. That's when I started. I was a designer. I was a makeup artist. I put my first fashion show together in 2011. I had my own agency. Like I was doing so many things, and like I said, with me branching out, I couldn't focus on the one thing that I love. I felt really stressed. I'm like, damn, like I'm doing too much shit. I ain't gonna lie, I said that, I'm like, I'm doing too much shit that I couldn't focus on one. And it was funny because, like I said, I did all of these things, but the one thing I was passionate about was actually putting fashion shows together. One reason, and I used to model too, so that was another reason, is that I used to walk in shows and I didn't like how the models were treated. I didn't like the things that was going on backstage. Like I didn't like these things. I'm just like, you know what? I need to go back to putting shows together so that I can show like how it should or it needs to be done. And that really is how I got my niche, was stop focusing on being a model, a designer, makeup artist. Stop doing all of those things and just focus on the one thing that I love. And with me, stop doing those things and focusing on the one thing that I love, my fashion show is still here to this day. And it then allowed me to branch out and do women in suits and do other things with me, just focusing on the one thing that I'm extremely passionate about. Now, we're not saying like to not do those other gigs. Do those gigs, but just remember your focus. Remember what you're passionate about so that you don't get lost. Because if you get lost, then you're gonna have to kind of not start all over, but it's like, damn, I stopped right here, let me finish everything else. And you have to go back to that 20% to get it back to the 80 to get it to 100 math from over here. But anyway, yeah. So just kind of focus on what's important to you and then branch off and do what's best for you. All right, any other questions?
Okay, I think I have a question that counters your question. So, I don't know if any of y'all have ever been in a position where you feel like you only have one passion and you put your all in it, you focus, you was on it, and it just fell, like majorly. And if you was ever in that position, what steps did you take to either find another passion, to kind of take your mind off it, to kind of get back on the path to the passion that you have originally? Or did you just say, oh, you know, I'm still focused on this because I know this is the only passion that I have? That's the question.
Yeah, so I will talk to that. So back in 2009, I moved to LA to pursue acting, and I was extremely passionate about it, and all the doors were opening up. I got all my SAG vouchers to be SAG eligible, and like literally I met Michael Fay, Jamie Foxx, I went to their homes, like it was like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and all the things are happening, and you know, all of a sudden I did get a relationship, and that relationship was not real big on the fact that I was pursuing acting, but everything just started to like crumble, and I'm from Houston, I was living in LA at the time, and it was like I wasn't listening because I was doing all the things to basically, you know, in my opinion, be a famous actress today. And it was like, but then all of a sudden, like all the doors started closing, it went backwards. And I actually like started with my car got repoed, and my fiance's car got repoed. We got evicted from our home. We had pawned some jewelry in LA, and the pawn shop got burnt down. Like it was crazy. We literally lost everything. To a point where I was taking a bus to Santa Monica to a job that I had started to work at rather than going auditioning anymore because that wasn't gonna work. And I'm sorry, like, you know, it was like, it literally, like, I felt like I was completely, about to reach that moment. Like, I mean, I was hanging out with Jamie Foxx shooting basketball in his backyard. I was going to Michael Bay's parties. He's the guy that produced Transformers, like, you know, and I was like so close to like what I thought and then everything. So in that moment, it's like, you have to realize maybe this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. And that's the only thing that I could come to, right? It's either that or God wanted to reroute me in a new way. And I do have a talk show today, so I do think back, and I have my own show rather than auditioning to be on a show. But it's like, that brought me back to Houston. But like, just going through all of that, like when me and them moved into Houston, we bought a $12,000 Ford F-150 with a camper on my back and stuffed everything we had in it, and moved in with my grandma here in Houston. And this was just 2011. And like had nothing, and within a few short years, you know, I actually became a millionaire. So I went from like literally absolutely fucking nothing. I didn't grow up with company, so it wasn't like me calling dad or mom. But I feel like I had to leave LA, and it was like the moment I came back, like all the doors started opening. You know what I mean? And so I'm just saying, like, I think you have to listen, and like she mentioned, be still. And sometimes it's like there's a whole other direction for you, and it might lead you back to what you want to do, but if the timing isn't maybe right.
Now is the time. Well, one quick on that. One quick second. I was about to say that like that. Oh, yeah. Don't give up. Like, just remember, when you're trying or you're doing whatever, you try multiple things, some people, they tend to do this, and it's not, I'm not gonna say it or bash it in the wrong way, But it's like, I'm gonna put together an event. Only 3 people showed up. I quit. Like, I don't wanna do it no more. You can't do that. You have to continuously keep going and going and going. Now, if you try like your 8, 9, 10 times and you don't have the same 3 people showing up, come on, friend, trying to try something else. But your first time and your second time, try it. Like, I have to go back to 2011 again. Like, I did my first fashion show and only 20 people showed up. 20. It was my mom, my friends, like, it was the people, family that was in the show, like, only 20 people showed up. And if I would have stopped there, I wouldn't be in this chair right now. I wouldn't be here if I would have just stopped because only 20 people showed up and it was like $10 tickets. Now I'm at 350 people coming to my show that sold out because I kept going. So you have to think about that too. Like, don't say, oh, well, nobody showed up or nobody's coming or nobody's doing this or whatever. I think I need to try something else. Try it again, but do something different. Try it again and maybe juice it up a little bit more. Keep those things in mind. But like I said, if 7, 8 times, yeah, girl, you do something else.
So, when I started my photography journey, as a photographer, we all go out and buy equipment and just acquire things because we think that those equipments are what's going to make us, do a good job. Unfortunately, I went on a trip, and this is like 5 months after I started my photography, and I got stolen. They stole almost $5,000 worth of equipment. I was so hurt. I wasn't angry, I was hurt because it was my passion. It was something that I wanted to create. And it was a day before a major fashion show, and it was maybe my second major fashion show. I remember I put my camera, I only had my camera, and God was great because I had my camera with me in the car and everything else I lost. I sat down and I prayed, I said, God, if this is for me, make me stand up and go to the fashion show with the little camera that I had. And when I tell you, I had one of the most beautiful photos produced in that fashion show with nothing. I realized it was me. I'm the talent, I'm the artist, I'm the creator. These things should not make you or break you. It is you. It's like making a meal. You make a meal, it doesn't taste good, you tweak a little bit, it doesn't taste good, you tweak a little bit. I promise you, one day, it's gonna taste so delicious to you. To you. So don't give up, just keep on pushing.
Okay, so we are gonna close our Q&A. Anybody have one more question? We might can do one more question. You sure? Okay, you sure? Okay, all right. So, we're gonna take a group photo, but before we do that, sorry, I gotta get up. Is my boobs good? They didn't coming out of that. Okay, we are gonna take a group photo, and we would love to do a line dance with you all. Hopefully you guys can stay. But before we close out, I just wanna say thank you all for coming. I really appreciate your beautiful faces, men and women. Thank you guys so much. Once again, Women in Suits is about bringing women together. It's about networking. It's about the fashion too, of course. But it's about bringing women together, networking, and empowering one another. And I can't wait for it next year, 2024. But I just wanted to say thank you all. I'm trying to make it really short because I like to talk a lot, so I'm not going to do that. Once again, I do want to thank my whole house around team. I want to thank the vendors. I want to thank the honorees for coming out. I want to thank my amazing husband, Omar, and my mom. Thank you all once again for coming out. We're going to take these group photos, and I would love for you guys to stay so we can do a line dance. And I want to take pictures. I want to just mix and mingle a little bit more. Oh, and yes, we do have 2 more raffles. Also, I can't, I'll tell you later. Okay, let's get a group pictures real quick, and then I want to do this dance. And no, raffles. I do the raffles first. Want me to do the raffles first? No, okay, cool. I'm sorry. This is Genesis. She's going to get me together all night.
That's my heart. Dying. Won't you dance like the other sides?
I'm so sorry.
This is something new. The Casper Slide Part 2, featuring the Platinum Band. And this time, clap, clap, clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right, now, we're going to do the basic step. To the left. Take a left back, y'all. One up this time. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Chop. Left foot, let's stop. Chop, chop that, y'all. Now it's time to get funky. This time. Right foot, 2 steps. Left foot, 2 steps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Chop, chop, real smooth. Let's go. Left foot, let's stop. Right foot again. Left foot again. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop.
Yeah.